Good morning everyone and welcome to Australia Day 2021. My name is Kelsey Galea and I'll be your MC for this morning's official ceremony. Thank you for coming along this morning to celebrate our country and our community on what is about to become a very hot day. So before we start, please take care in this heat. There are bottles of water just over there to my left. Feel free to move to a shadier position, and also St John's Ambulance is also to my left if you need their help. I would now like to welcome Auntie Carr to the microphone below to do her welcome to country.
Thank you. A lot of people, you know me here. I was born and bred in Wellington. I was born on the town common out of Anthem. My parents were Tilda and William Carr. I done all of my schooling here in Wellington. I went to school at Anthem first. Then I finished up in high school in town. Then I went single working. I met a lot of people, black and white. But I always got on with people. I knew how to conduct myself. And I went with my partner right around Australia here. Pardon me. We were seasonal workers. I ended up in Melbourne. I ended up for 6 years down there. And I can tell you this. I was the first Aboriginal conductor on the trams in Victoria. And I worked at Kew Depot. And I was there for 2 years and I moved back to Sydney. But I got on with everyone. I worked among the people here in Wellington. I've got on with everyone here, all around the place. And I'm getting a bit old now. I'm 87, but I can still get up and have a bit of a talk. And I like to welcome everyone here today to this celebration. We have to work together to make things right in this world, black and white. So I would like to thank you all, and especially my niece there. She's a lovely girl and I love her dearly. So I would like to welcome all of you and my nieces, and I think I've got a few relatives here. And my old friend Joyce Williams, if she's here, I hope you rejoice. So that could be my welcome to country. Enjoy your day here today, people, as best you can. Thank you all for coming along today.
Thank you very much, Auntie Violet. To start today's ceremony, I would also like to ask you to be upstanding and join in the singing of the national anthem while the flags are being unfurled. I would also like to encourage you to please put on your masks before singing. This morning, the national anthem will be performed by Charlotte Frankham, and accompanying her is the Wellington Town Band. Thank you very much, Charlotte. I would now like to introduce you to the members of the official party seated with us this morning. Mayor of the Dubbo Region, Councillor Ben Shields. Dubbo Regional Council's Chief Executive Officer, Michael McMahon. Local Member for Dubbo, Dougal Saunders. Councillor Anne Jones, OAM. Councillor David Grant. Our 2021 Australia Day Ambassador, Taylor Corrie, and her mum, Kim Smith. Our Wiradjuri Elder, Auntie Violet Carr. Australia Day Selection Committee Member, Mike Herbert. National Anthem Singer, Charlotte Franken. Wellington Correctional Centre Representative, David Wake. Macquarie Correction Centre Representative, Phil Lindley. And Wellington Ambulance Representative, Corey Gibson. I would now like to call on the Mayor, Councillor Ben Shields, to officially welcome you to Australia Day 2021.
Thank you, Kelsey. You know, Australia Day means a lot of things to a lot of people. To me, it's a way we acknowledge how far we have all come as a nation. How, as Australians, we collectively punch well above our weight in everything from sport, innovation, cultural diversity, and the freedoms and responsibilities that go along with being part of the most stable democracy in the world. I think that modern Australia is made up of three equally important cultural pillars that, when put together, make us the most resilient and fairest among all the nations of the world. Our continuing Aboriginal culture sets our place as the home to the world's oldest living culture. It's what sets our first Australians, and in fact all Australians, with an identity to this great southern land. Our British heritage gave us parliamentary democracy, the English language, trial by jury, freedom of speech, and other freedoms too numerous to mention. And then our multicultural heritage has opened up our nation to the world's best. We welcome people from the four corners of the globe who in turn contribute to our nation in a richly diversified manner that is the envy of the world. This year, I think Australia Day is more special than ever. It's nearly been a full year since the COVID-19 virus first hit our shores, and with that, our nation is again the envy of the world. Here in Australia, our community has rallied together to keep the spread of the virus and death toll to an absolute minimum. Inevitable lockdowns occurred, but it was during the lockdowns that Australians, in our usual charismatic way, stood defiant against this deadly modern plague by adjusting their lifestyle in order to help our fellow Australians who are most affected, as well as keeping businesses open and jobs continuing. I was never more proud of our community's COVID-19 response when, as a nation, we refused to let COVID-19 cancel our Anzac Day. With great defiance, we continued our most sacred day differently, mainly at the end of our driveways at dawn. Anzac Day in COVID-19 conditions actually turned out to be even more special, knowing that as a nation, Australians don't give up. While the whole world struggles with this virus, we as Australians know that because of our genuine love for each other, along with our spirit of clever defiance, has meant that we are one of the nations whose people have had the greatest and best protection against this once-in-a-century pandemic. As Mayor of the Dubbo region, that importantly includes Wellington, it would be remiss of me not to mention the often unrecognised yet still vital work of our emergency services personnel. The scourge of the COVID-19 virus, and especially with the most recent horrific tragedies here in Wellington, there is no skerrick of doubt that these men and women are the heroes of our community and, in fact, our nation. On behalf of our community, to those emergency services personnel who are here today, thank you. Australians, this Australia Day of the year 2021 is truly a day to acknowledge and celebrate how far we have come as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is now my pleasure to welcome and introduce our Australia Day Ambassador, Taylor Carr. At just 25 years of age, Taylor has already achieved much in her career as a Paralympic swimmer. Initially making waves at the 2009 National Underage Championships, winning 3 gold and 2 silver medals at just 14 years of age, Taylor has moved from strength to strength in the swimming world. Taylor first competed for Australia in 2011 when she was just 16, and her Paralympic debut came at London 2012 Paralympic Games, where she exceeded her own expectations, but not those of those who were close to her. She won 2 silver medals in the women's 200 metres freestyle and women's 100 metre backstroke. More silver was to follow at the 2013 International Paralympic Committee Swimming World Championships in the 200 metre freestyle, as well as bronze in the 2015 World Championships 100 metre backstroke. Missing out on a spot on the 2016 Paralympic team, Taylor had to wait until 2019 World Championships to prove herself again at an international level. And prove herself she did, earning a bronze medal alongside her teammates in the mixed 4x200 metre freestyle relay. Taylor was just 17 when she competed at her last Paralympics and will relish in the opportunity to fully appreciate the experience of competing at the pinnacle of her sport should she return to the Australian team for Tokyo 2021 Paralympic Games. She is extremely driven in her quest for success in the pool. Taylor enjoys her time hanging out with friends and tries to encourage them in their own pursuits. She finds motivation and inspiration from her long-time mentor, Coach Tom Davies, and the achievements of contemporary Australian swimmers in Ian Thorpe, Jeff Hugel and Libby Trickett. Taylor has a simple goal for the future, to be the best that she can be. She believes this attitude can carry her towards more personal best times and hopefully a Paralympic gold at Tokyo 2021. I now invite Taylor Carr to give her Australia Day address.
Happy Australia, everyone. I give acknowledgement to the original inhabitants of this land and pay my respect to the elderly, both past and present. A special thanks to the Australia Day Organising Committee and all members of the official party. Thank you for inviting me to join in your celebration. My name is Taylor Carr. I am 25 and I'm so excited to be celebrating Australia with you all. I am currently a member of the Australian Dolphin swim team and have had the enormous privilege of representing Australia on several different occasions. My first being at the age of 16 at the Global Games in Italy. But I would have to say the highlight of my swimming career so far would be part of the very successful swim team at the 2012 Paralympic Games in London, winning 2 silver medals in the 200 metre freestyle and 100 metre backstroke. Representing Australia are the proudest times of my life. To stand behind the starting blocks and on the podium and hearing in the Aussies in the crowd cheering you on is the most amazing feeling. My most memorable and proudest moment so far will be walking out to the podium of the blocks dressed in my green and gold into a stadium with 10,000 cheering spectators. It was deafening. I was nervous beyond words, unable to speak, shaking. I will always remember that moment. When I stepped on the podium, it felt unreal. I had a tear in my eye, knowing I had worked really hard and realising my dream of representing Australia at the highest level. To look into the crowd, seeing my... To look into the crowd, seeing my teammates, my swimming family, cheering and standing all as one is another moment I won't forget. These times are ones I'll never forget nor take for granted. Being on the Australian swim team has given me the privilege of travelling to many countries. I have travelled to Italy, America, Thailand, London, Montreal, Brazil, and Glasgow, and still found nothing compares to Australia, although the Christ Redeemer in Rio was pretty impressive. I'm always happy and grateful to land back in Australia. We are Australians, regardless of race or religion, have pulled together to help other fellow countrymen. We pull together to help each other. This has been more evident over the past year. This resilience and strong determination is what makes me to call myself Australian. I am proud to call myself Australian. I have been given opportunities and support I may not have been given to other countries. As an athlete and a person with an intellectual disability, this means a great deal. When I asked a group of peers to tell me in one word what their first thought when I said Australia Day, this is what they came up with. Anzac biscuits, Milo, beaches, lamingtons, Tim Tams, Vegemite, meat pies, relaxed altitude, red dirt, sports, and our Indigenous history. I believe Australia Day is important for us to celebrate different things we all enjoy about being Australian. Enjoying the barbecues at our beautiful beaches or parks. I believe Australia Day is important as it is the time where we can all come together as one, regardless of where we come from. On Australia Day, we are celebrating where we choose to call home. My message to all Australians would always be proud to be Australian. And to the young Australians, always follow your dreams no matter what they are. Thank you again for inviting me to join in your celebrations. I wish you all an enjoyable Australia Day.
Thank you very much, Taylor. And as a token of Council's appreciation for sharing your Australia Day with us, the Mayor would like to present you with a hamper of local items and produce to help remember us by, along with the very important Australia Day Council's Ambassador pin. It is now time for the presentation of the 2021 Australia Day Awards. Australia Day is about recognising the talents and achievements of people in our local community. At this point, I would like to acknowledge the task of selecting the recipients for each category. It's extremely challenging each year, as there are so many outstanding nominees to choose from. It's a tremendous honour, not only to receive an Australia Day Award, but also to be nominated. Wellington has a proud history of outstanding members of the community, who selflessly give up their time for the benefit of our whole community. It is people like this who go about their business of volunteering or contributing to the community, who do not seek recognition or reward, that have gained the respect of their peers, who in turn nominate them for the prestigious awards. The first award presentation today is for community service. This dedicated man has been a committee member of the Rural Fire Service for most of his adult life, serving as a volunteer with the Mumble Brigade of the RFS before spending more than a decade as a member of the Mount Arthur Brigade in Wellington. During his time there, he was awarded a Long Service Medal. He is a member of the Dubbo RFS Support Group and is a volunteer in airbase operations at the Dubbo City Regional Airport. Chances are, if you've seen a photo of the Geary Goats rugby union team in local media, he is the man behind the lens. For several years, he attended their matches, took thousands of photos, providing them to the local newspapers for publication so the team could get the publicity it deserves. He has done a similar thing for the Wellington Cowboys, and he's also done a lot of filming of the drag car races out at Wodonga Airport. He has been on the committee member for the successful Gunji Origin concept, a league tag tournament in Wellington, which promoted the inclusion and team spirit by bringing together community members and police in a positive way. He has proven himself to be a very dedicated member of the community and continues to donate his time and energy levels to local events. Dubbo Regional Council and the citizens of Wellington acknowledge the major contribution made by Mr. Gary Misch to the community through volunteer work, and congratulations on your Community Service Award. Congratulations, Gary. We have another Community Service Award. This committed member of our community is a volunteer at the PCYC Wellington and helps run the youth program on a Friday night. With his wife, he has been instrumental in getting this program up and running. He has displayed and continues to display high-level leadership skills and passes these on to the youth that he works with by providing knowledge and counsel to all who attend his program. He has also established a basketball program 2 nights a week to encourage the youth of Wellington to learn new skills and participate in team sports. He has developed this program himself, even covering the out-of-pocket expenses for the participants. He is currently employed by JobLink Plus Dubbo and runs their barbershop. His main function in this role is to enable the youth of the area into employment and out of unemployment by mentoring and providing access to skills training. He works for the community as a whole, accepting no accolades for his unselfish work. His commitment to his community is remarkable, and as his continued dedication to creating opportunities for the residents of Wellington. Please congratulate Corey Sutherland on the Community Service Award. Congratulations, Corey. That brings us to the 2021 Young Sportsperson of the Year. This man has achieved a lot for a 10-year-old in a sport that is normally the domain for older riders. While 2020 was a difficult year due to the ongoing impacts of COVID-19, he was able to retain his passion for the sport and was a fine advocate during this time. In 2021, he'll be looking to build on his numerous achievements and regain several of the titles that he earned in 2019. Some of his achievements include: for 4 years, he was the recipient of the Miniature Horse Show Association Youth of the Year Award between 2015 and 2018. In 2018 and 2019, he was named the St Mary's Catholic School Horse Rider of the Year. Between 2017 and 2019, he was the Wellington Pony Club Perpetual Trophy winner for sporting, and in 2019 for eventing. He has represented the club for several years at Pony Club, winning age championships on countless occasions. In 2019, he was the Central West Barrel Horse Club 10 years and under High Point winner. He has competed in the Australian Barrel Horse National Finals in 2018 and 19, placing in the top 15 in the first year in the Little Drummers category and improving to 4th the next year. Unfortunately, he was unable to compete in these competitions in 2020 due to COVID-19, but he'll definitely be ready to go again in 2021. In addition to these accomplishments, he has also proved to be a fine role model in the sport, impressing with his dedication, sportsmanship and passion for animals. There is no doubt he has a long and exciting future ahead of him. We would like to congratulate Daniel Meeses in the Young Sportsperson of the Year. Congratulations, Daniel. Perhaps a sign of the times during 2020 and the disruption to sporting competitions nationwide due to coronavirus, this year, unfortunately, we will not be awarding a Sportsperson of the Year. The next award today is for the 2021 Senior Citizen of the Year. This very busy man is an extremely active and dedicated volunteer for multiple organisations throughout the district, including the Rural Fire Service, Lions and Legacy. Few in Wellington could claim that they have contributed more to the safety and well-being of the community than this man. For more than 55 years, he has been a volunteer member of the Dripstone Brigade of the Rural Fire Service, and over that time he has held a number of executive committee positions, including being a long-term captain, and is now the chairperson of the brigade. He participated in emergency deployments during the 2020 bushfire crisis and is passing on his knowledge to the next generation of RFS volunteers in his work as a trainer in the fields for firefighting and also four-wheel drive driver safety. He also provides first aid training for the organisation, continuing to utilise his skills that he developed as his career as a paramedic in Wellington until he retired in 2009. He was a recipient of the Wellington Shire Council Australian Citizen of the Year in 2008, and he has showed no signs of slowing down in the last 13 years, building on his already impressive service to our community. In the middle of one of the worst droughts on record, he participated in the hay drive throughout 2019 and 2020 to provide relief for local farmers. He is an active member of the Geary Lions Club and has previously held a number of committee positions. He has been a long-term member of the Wellington Legacy, providing care and support to local widows and families of Australian servicemen. there can be little doubt of the compassion, care and commitment that he has for our Wellington community, and he continues to contribute as much as ever, providing support to anyone who needs it. Dubbo Regional Council and the citizens of Wellington would like to acknowledge the enormous contribution made by Mr. Rod Altifer and congratulate him as being named Wellington's 2021 Senior Citizen of the Year. Congratulations, Mr. Altifer. The final award today is for 2021 Citizen of the Year. This dedicated lady has played an invaluable role in the Burrendong Botanic Gardens and Arboretum for more than 37 years, ensuring its a success as a conservation area for native plants and also as a tourist attraction. She was instrumental in bringing the vision of Peter and George Altifer to life, assisting the passionate brothers and working with other volunteers to turn the piece of farmland into a one-of-a-kind display with more than 50,000 flowering plants, shrubs and trees from 2,000 species of native plants, including some endangered species. In particular, she was integral into the success of Fern Gully, as well as getting in and helping with the completion of some dry stone walls that led to some of the Arboretum's best features. She also assisted in the collection of the brush that grew over the high steel wires to provide the cover and protection for Fern Gully. Not content with this effort, more recently, her relationships with local landholders to collect and grow seedlings of rare and endangered species for the preservation have proved very successful. Because of her horticultural skills and knowledge, she has been very successful in propagating viable plants. Her efforts have made her a highly respected member of both the scientific and horticultural fields, a very welcome member of our Wellington community. Dubbo Regional Council and the citizens of Wellington acknowledge the contribution made by Miss Gay Dennison and congratulate her on being named Wellington's 2021 Citizen of the Year. Congratulations, Gay. And congratulations and a heartfelt thank you from the community to all of Wellington's 2021 Australia Day Award recipients. These people do amazing things for our community and make it a better place to live. I would now also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a local man who has been announced as a recipient of our National Australia Day Awards. He has been recognised as making outstanding achievements throughout our community. the late David Chisholm was awarded the Order of Australia in the General Division. Mr. Chisholm was a former director of Maranatha House. He was the president of Wellington Rotary Club in the 2000s, a member of the Junior Cricket Club. He was also the president of the Wellington Eisteddfod Society in the 2000s. He was Master Lodge with Wellington and Dubbo Freemasons and the publican at the Central Hotel in 1997 to 2009. Can we please put our hands together for Mr. David Chisholm? I would now like to call on the Mayor, Councillor Ben Shields, to come to the stage and conduct the citizenship ceremony.
Thank you, Kelsey. This ceremony marks a very special moment for those becoming Australian citizens and for those sharing this occasion with you. I would like to congratulate you on your decision to become an Australian citizen. Making the Australian Citizenship Pledge is the final step in you becoming an Australian citizen. I know this is a very special day for you. Now, I'd like to read out the following preamble as per Schedule 1 of the Australian Citizenship Regulations of 2007. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia, and Australian citizenship is a common bond involving replicable rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons of whom Australian citizenship is conferred enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these obligations by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic rights, and by respecting their rights and liberties, and by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. Today, the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship, Migrant Services and Multicultural Affairs, the Honourable Alex Hawke MP, has asked that this message be read to you. Today you become an Australian citizen. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved as a nation, and we welcome you in joining us. Our history and culture has been forged over thousands of years, first through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and more recently with people from all corners of the earth. Australia has succeeded as a nation by embracing and defending our national values. We believe in freedom and dignity of each individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of association. We value the rule of law, democracy, and equality of opportunity for all people. We stand with other democracies in helping defend and protect these hard-fought freedoms. We are a resilient nation. Drought, bushfires, floods, and even a global pandemic have challenged our national way of life. Our social cohesion, a key strength of Australia, has never been more important. Upon taking the pledge of commitment today, I call on you to embrace these values and the rights and responsibilities of Australian citizenship and play an active part in your local communities to build an even stronger nation. On behalf of the Australian Government, I congratulate you on reaching this very special day. From the Honourable Alex Hawke MP, Minister for Immigration, Citizenship, Migrant Services and Multicultural Affairs. I would now like to ask Zin Ma Tun to step forward to undertake the oath. Okay, can you please join me in reading the oath? From this time forward under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, whose laws I will uphold and obey. Congratulations, everybody, we have a new Australian. Now, we do have a little gift bag and goodies.
Congratulations, Zin. And thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to finalise today's celebrations by mentioning that our event would not have been possible without the valuable support of many people. I'd also like to thank you very much to our Australia Day Ambassador Taylor and also her mum Kim for coming and spending your Australia Day with us. I would like to thank the Wellington Town Band and our Anthem singer, Charlotte Frankham, and also Auntie Carr for welcoming us. Thank you very much to DRC's Livability Branch for the work that they do to ensure Cameron Park looks amazing every year, as well as our Infrastructure Branch for all their assistance with setting up the fencing and providing assistance. Dubbo Regional Council's governance team had the arduous task of making sure this event took place today while keeping and upholding the COVID-19 requirements. We are very grateful for their hard work. They put in a lot of work behind the scenes so that we could celebrate today. So thank you, Lisa, Marianne and Holly, who are on the ground with us. Just a reminder that there is an open day at the Wellington Aquatic Leisure Centre, so please take the opportunity to cool down later this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that concludes this morning's ceremony. I'd like to thank you all for coming out this morning on such a warm day to celebrate Wellington's Australia Day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Say good morning to you.